My name is Kevin Okwara. I reside in Eldoret. I vied for the Tarbo parliamentary seat, 2017 elections, and the Jubilee ticket. And very interesting, it was my first debut in politics. And it's a huge story, big story. We went through the nominations for Jubilee, and I was the underdog. Everybody thought that Okwara is going to be defeated. In fact, I think even the deputy president and the president never thought that I would go through, because it was not traditional that a man like me from a very different community would actually go through in a predominantly Kalenjin area. And they were shocked when I went through. I was announced the top leader, the top in nomination, and it brought hue and cry. Jubilee had this thing they called Tuko Pamoja. That was their motto. And Tuko Pamoja meant that the Luyas, Kikuyus, Kalenjin, the Luos, they had this thing, we want to bring the country together. And so we ran with that motto, but it seemed that it was not in the hearts of the people. And so when we got to this nomination, I kept on asking them that we campaigned saying Tuko Pamoja. I think we need to come out of these tribal cocoons and look at this country as one Kenya, one person, Mutu Moja. So this Tuko Pamoja actually helped me to get my ticket, and I was nominated as a Jubilee candidate for Tarbo constituency. Unfortunately, the politics played out, the tribal politics played out. It was very bad. When we went to the national, the final elections, the IBC elections in August, the one community had ganged up against me. And I'll be very candid here that I was left an orphan in Jubilee. The other candidates in the the 5 constituency, campaigned without me. The governor campaigned against me. The senator campaigned against me. The women rep campaigned against me. And all the other 5 MPs, including an Asian MP who was nominated in Jubilee, also campaigned against me. So I was an orphan here in Tarbo constituency. And I campaigned alone. I went around campaigning alone. Thank God I was able to come up with 33,000 votes. The people were for me. Now, whatever went on in Tarbo, during the voting, intimidation, people ran out of Tarbo because they were intimidated. We had leaflets. It was an ugly thing. And unfortunately, we went through this election. I came number 2 against an independent candidate who was actually fronted by the community as their best. There was this call and cry every time that hatuwezi kupatia mtu wa nje na tungependa kurudisha ng'ombe ambaye ilipotea. So this lady came in as a sacrifice for my candidature in Tarbo. And so I stand here today to tell Kenyans that I did my best, and to tell also my community, because I come from a community and I believe in Mutu Moja, Kenya Moja. I believe in Tuko Pamoja. We need to kill this animal of tribe in our country, because with tribe, we disintegrate Kenya. If we are one, we build this country. Many people have asked me whether I should vie in Tarbo again or move to Western Kenya. I remember when I was campaigning, I went to different places and people said, wewe rudi kwenu nyumbani. Well, I have a home. My people have not rejected me. I am very keen in Western Mulembe politics. But even then, it's important to note that we have my community here in Eldoret, and Kenya should actually move as one rather than disintegrate into tribes. I've left my options open. I can vie in Tarbo, I can go and vie in Kakamega, I can go and vie in Busia, I can go and vie in Bungoma. The bottom line here is that we need effective leaders. We need leaders who can bring communities together. We need leaders who can preach against the greatest animal destroying our country, tribalism. And so I stand today as a Kenyan to say that even though I vied in Tarbo and I was defeated, I still have very fond memories about Tarbo, because for me, there are so many Kalenjins who voted for me. There are so many Kikuyus who voted for me. There's so many Luyas who did not vote for me, even though I come from that community. And so I look at this country as one. I can decide to vie in Tarbo. I can decide not to vie in Tarbo. I've left my options open, and I think when we move through towards 2022, mimi nasemanga siasa itajipanga pale mbele. Tutaona vile ambavyo tutafanya wakati huo ukifika. If I make up my mind to vie in Tarbo, definitely I did not lose. People have thought, oh, Okwara lost. I did not lose. Remember that these elections, even presidential elections, went to court. And that is testimony enough that even the parliamentary and the elections at the county level, a number of them were not free and fair. Tarbo was a case in mind, a case that, was a case study. We had massive rigging and irregularities in my polling stations in Tarbo. And so I think it's important to tell Kenyans that I did not lose. And I want to say this. The member of parliament for the president of this country, Uhuru Kenyatta, is Jubilee because he is a Jubilee candidate and a party leader of Jubilee. The member of parliament for the deputy party leader for this country, for Jubilee, is independent. That tells you a lot because, it's been very traditional that the member of parliament for the deputy president would actually be from his party. The deputy president went to Kalenjin, to Luyaland, and was able to get 8 seats. Says, I went to Bungoma, I got 4 seats. I went to Kakamega, I got 4 seats. How comes he was unable to deliver in his own home? It tells you the amount of rigging, the amount of irregularities that went on in Tarbo. And this was done because they wanted to maintain a status quo, maintain their own tribe as MP. So I never lost. And so if I go into competition this time in a free and fair election, trust me, I will, I will come out or emerge as one of the best candidates with a landslide win in Tarbo constituency.